So there it is, guys. The Mac Mini, the new Mac Mini. Isn't this amazing? Isn't this, it's so tiny. I mean, just look at it. It's so tiny. No, this is not the Mac Mini.
This is not it. God, you're so silly. It's so tiny, the Mac Mini. Why is the Mac Mini so tiny?
This is the real deal. This is the deal. This is over here.
You guys are funny.
As you saw in that clip, my wife and kids played a little prank on me, and they put this Apple Airport Express in the box, and they got a little laugh out of it. But it's pretty amazing where we've come with Apple, because this is the box for a Mac Mini. Like, I never thought I would see this. Never thought I would see this, but there it is. And there it is right there. There is the Mac Mini in all of its glory. It's amazing. I mean, it might as well be this. I mean, it's just a little bit heavier. And this is it. This is the Mac Mini. So there's tons of videos here on YouTube. I've watched tons of videos already on YouTube. People talking about the specs, people talking about the button that's underneath, which I haven't even tried it. So like if it's on the table and you want to get to the button, yeah, your finger definitely doesn't fit under there. You got to kind of like lift it. But that's not the point. There's tons of videos out there of people talking about the specs, talking about all that stuff. And one of the things that I wanted to do when I was considering buying one of these, now I haven't had a brand new Mac for my personal use since 2009, since late 2009, early 2010. So if you've seen any of my videos here on my channel, there's a video I did a while back where my son and I tried to resurrect my late 2009 27-inch iMac. We baked the video card, the graphics card. We brought it back to life. I was able to install like a third-party software so that I can update the OS. It was running smoothly for a while, but then it was on its last legs. I mean, it did its duty. I've had that computer since 2009. I mean, I actually bought it for my 30th birthday back in 2010, actually. So it was March 2010. And this thing it's the late 2009 model. It lasted me a long time. Then I tried to take the guts out and convert it into a display. A lot of people here on YouTube I've seen buy the little display controller. And anyway, long story short, my hope was to turn it into a display and acquire like an M1 or M2 Mac Mini and just use it with the iMac as a display. That idea went out the window, and at the same time, the M4 was announced. So I went out and I picked up a used LG monitor, which if I can get it out of here. Ugh. So I picked up this guy. LG monitor, has pretty good reviews. So I was like, it looks pretty good. And then what I did was I went on the old internet, and on Printables, I was able to find this 3D file to be able to mount a Mac Mini, this Mac Mini, via the VESA screws. So the back of the monitor has those 4 screws, and that attaches to the back. And then you could, this is the first time I'm doing this, so let's see. I'm thinking I'm gonna put it maybe this way. So look at that, boom, perfect fit. So it's gonna go on the back of my monitor. Now, I don't know if I should do, actually, no, I can't do it this way because it's covering the ports. It has to be the other way. So let's see. Ah, beautiful. When you put it that way, it doesn't cover the headphone jack or the two USB-C ports. So this is actually really nice. That's gonna go on the back of my monitor. I went on Amazon and I got these braided cables. So I have a short HDMI cable. I have a shortened monitor cable to plug the monitor in. Now you may say, why is that so short? Well, it's short because I got this really nice, again, braided little power supply that has 3 outlets and 3 USB-A 3 amp ports on it. So this is gonna go, I'm gonna stick this to the back of the monitor as well. Mac Mini is gonna go on the back of the monitor as well. And monitor is gonna get plugged in. HDMI is gonna get plugged in. And I even was able to get a braided version of the same power cable that the Mac Mini uses. So that's gonna go right there. HDMI is gonna go right there. And as far as specs, this is the M4 Pro, their base model M4 Pro Mac Mini. So this is the, I believe it's the 12 core CPU, 16 core GPU, and it's the 24 gigs of RAM and 512 of hard drive space. And because 512 of hard drive space doesn't really get you far, I picked up on Amazon this little crucial 1 terabyte drive, Thunderbolt drive. So guess where this is going? Yes, you guessed it. This is gonna get plugged in to the back of the Mac Mini. And this is also gonna get, taped to the back or stuck. Somehow I'm gonna mount it all to the back of the back of this monitor. So all this is gonna go on the back of the monitor, and this is a 27-inch monitor. So essentially, I just turned my 2024 Mac Mini M4 Pro into basically like a portable rig, like an iMac, basically. You know, I got now the nice thing is that I've had my Apple keyboard, this is a Gen 1 little mini Apple keyboard. I've had this forever. I have a Magic Mouse already, and a lot of people don't like the Magic Mouse, but what I did was 3D printed this little guy, and it actually makes the Magic Mouse a lot nicer to use, because now I can, as you can see right there, I can put my hand on it and roll it. So I'm excited to have this little setup because I wanted something. Originally, I was thinking of getting like a MacBook Air or a MacBook Pro on the secondhand market, like an M1 or M2. And that way I can have it with me in the living room, in the house, when I want to do any editing, and not be like isolated over here in the studio space. And then when I come here, I could just plug it into the bigger monitor and work off it here. But for the price, I mean, this Mac Mini, the entry point for this is actually $599 for the base model M4. If you have the education discount, it's $499. And this guy is $1399 for the M4 Pro, $1299 with the education discount. So I just couldn't pass this up. And I'm the type of person that I don't really see myself traveling with a laptop and doing any type of editing or photo editing out on the laptop. I'm going to be doing most of my work here in the house. But I wanted the flexibility of being able to move this rig in the house. So this affords me the ability to do that. This monitor doesn't really weigh much. It's pretty light. And once I mount the Mac Mini to the back here, as you'll see, it's gonna basically be like right there, slapped to the back of it. And this has a long cord. Everything's gonna be plugged into this little power source. And I'll be able to literally just like go anywhere in my house, plop this thing down with my wireless keyboard and mouse, and just one outlet, one plug, and within my house, within my domain, I can do all the stuff that I need to do, and I don't have to be isolated here in the studio. So anyway, that's the plan. I haven't even set this guy up yet, so I'm gonna mount it to the back. I'm gonna try to mount everything up, then I'll set it up here, go through the whole installation process, and give you my initial reaction to this new Mac Mini. Now, the caveat here is that I'm not new to new Macs. My work Mac at my office is actually the M1 Ultra Mac Studio. And that thing, because I didn't pay for, we maxed out. So that I'm already used to running a really great, fast Apple M chip computer. So I'm curious to see how this performs. And I'm gonna be using mostly, you know, some photo editing software and video editing software. I'm on the fence whether I'm going to stick with Adobe Creative Cloud and their suite of software. I know that there's some more options now, you know, as far as photo editing, design work, and video editing. I mean, we have DaVinci Resolve, we have Final Cut Pro. Like, there's more options out there, so we'll see how that goes. Now, the one thing I didn't get with this Mac Mini is I didn't opt for the 10 gig Ethernet. And I did it for two reasons. Number one, the minute you add that, it like would delay getting this by almost a month. And that's just ridiculous. I wanted this thing before Thanksgiving. I want to start playing with it. And number two, I don't really see myself, like, I know you're supposed to kind of try to future-proof yourself, but I don't really see myself ever needing 10 gig data. I have this guy right here, this little dongle that is a Easy Quest. I think I picked this up on Amazon. I'm not sure, I can't remember, but I actually picked this up so that I can use it with my iPad Air. And it works great. It has two USB-A ports. It has a card reader, a micro SD card reader. It has an HDMI 4K out. It has a couple of Thunderbolt ports and microphone jack. But then guess what? It has an Ethernet port on it. And this Ethernet port, I believe, is 2.5 gig. So 2.5 gig, I think, is more realistic as far as something I will probably upgrade my house to in the future. But anyway, I'm gonna set all this up and then I'll give you my final thoughts. But if you're interested in any of this stuff, hit me up in the comments. I'll try to link as much of this as I can below. In the meantime, while I get this all set up, make sure you like and subscribe this video and check out some of my other videos that I put up there. This is like an everything channel. I don't want to say everyday dad or everything dad. I know there's an everything man and there's an everyday dad, but I'm kind of like all over the place. I love photography. I love videography. I love family vlogging, and I love reviewing stuff, and all of that is here on this channel. So if you like a little bit of everything, and especially tech and dad life, because us dads, we're all about tech. We're all about everything. We got to do it all. Well, stick around, because there's going to be more content on the way. I finally have this little studio space set up. It's not perfect, but it is perfect for what I have right now. So anyway, enough talking. I'm going to get this set up. Like and subscribe, and we'll be right back.